Hello, hello, hello. Hope this is working. Pippa, would you like to say anything? All right. So last night I made a little speed build, my first one. I decided to challenge myself into a 100% base game only house with the new SDX drop. I was a little bit inspired. We got a lot of cool new items and swatches and things like that I wanted to kind of play around with. I also haven't. I don't think I've ever done like 100% base game build. Maybe when I like first had the game, just the base game. But usually, if I can use the packs, I will. But actually, challenge myself and surprise myself with being able to make 100% base game. I was gonna at first like make it a starter home, but then I realized I couldn't do that. So the budget is, I think it ended up being like 30K. So it is like a starter plus home, um, I guess. And it has two bedrooms, two bathrooms. You'll see it. It's kind of, I don't know. I did my best. It's a typical basic suburban family home. I built it in Newcrest. You can see there's a part where I switch lots. So it was built on like a bigger lot, but then I switched it. So the lot that it ends up being is a 20 by 15. So smallest, super small lot. Um, Cute, tiny house for a startup family. I was thinking maybe like a single mom lives there. Um, like Lorelai Gilmore vibes. How does she afford it? I don't know, but she does. Maybe the property tax in Newcrest is a little low because it's a pretty empty town. I don't know, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna talk over the build a little bit. I can't figure out yet how to do like face cam with the speed build. I'm doing this on Clipchamp, but I probably could do it on OBS, but I don't want to do all these different steps. So for now, I'm just gonna show my face and then peace out. But you'll hear my voice. I hope it's nice to listen to. Maybe I'll do some ASMR speed builds in the future because I love ASMR and I think I could be good at it. I don't know. We're exploring, we're playing around, we're having a good time. I'm having a good time. Always wanted to do this, and I figured speed builds are definitely something I enjoy watching, um, and something I know that there is you know, fun to watch, a good market for. And I just also wanted to celebrate the Sims 25th. I was getting ideas yesterday. I was like, oh my god, I should do like 25 like iconic townies and like make rooms inspired by them, or give like 25 like townie makeovers, like or make like some of the Sims 2 townies and stuff like that. But then I was like, well, I thought of that idea yesterday. The Sims birthday was 2 days ago on the 4th. My birthday was yesterday on the 5th, so we love that. But then I was like, okay, by the time I actually can like do this and like make videos and like make it to the point where it's relevant and like good enough, we're gonna be so past the Sims birthday that I probably should have thought of this before. Well, next year I'll do 26, or maybe later for like the Sims 4 birthday later this year. I don't know what year they're turning, but getting pretty old. But we love that. We love the Sims 4. I think actually, you know what? We're gonna do the speed build, and then I'm gonna talk about some other like ideas that I might have. Just so this isn't me sitting here chatting, so you can kind of also have the build because I am not gonna. There's not a lot to talk about during a speed build. Especially for a pretty simple concept, a family home. Um, so yeah, I'll see you guys. You'll hear me in the build. So okay, let's go to that. All right. Oh my god, I actually don't know if this is hooked up. Okay, it is hooked up to microphone. Sorry. Okay, so as you can see, I honestly like kind of did a not a basic lay. Well, yes. I did know that I wanted a little octagonal kind of moment because I just like how it looks. And I think it's a fun way to spice up like a not so exciting house. Me figuring out the roof though, that is something I don't want to talk about. This is my biggest, I guess, vice when it comes to building in The Sims 4 is the freaking roofs. Because The Sims 3, real ones know, had auto roof. This game does not. However, I actually did end up figuring out this roof rather quickly because it is a pretty simple shape. There's not like, it's fairly squared. That's not always the case. But anyways, I'm figuring out the stairs and the coloring and stuff that I want to do. It takes me a while. I go through a few different options, but I ended up really liking the coloring that I picked. For all the wood, I wasn't sure how like matchy to do it, but I think it looks pretty nice. And you'll see I don't end up going with the light wood. I change it to a darker wood. And I also use, I think this is a new door that came with the SD Extra, but I could actually be wrong about that. Because I don't really know, because they don't indicate like the new stuff. I only mostly know like the new items, I guess, and some of the new casts and stuff, not so much the build. But anyways, some of the ideas that I wanted to kind of play around with for like future videos, what I'm talking about now, while again I'm figuring out a roof on screen, it's not as exciting. But I was playing, because I, like everybody, well, maybe not everybody, but I was a Sims 2 hardcore fan, and when I was younger, and I remember I had the University expansion pack, and then I also was a hardcore Sims 3 fan, and I also had that University expansion pack, and then now I'm a Sims 4 fan, and I once again, of course, have the University expansion pack. So I was the other day playing around with Sims 2 University now that we can play The Sims 2 again, easier with, it being released through EA. I was like, okay, this is harder. I don't know how I was doing this as a child, because I was kind of in my head, like, I thought the general consensus was that The Sims 4 University was hard. And I'm also playing in my Not So Berry save. My Purple Gen Sim is at University, and it is really easy. And so when I was playing The Sims 2 University, I was like, well, this is not so easy. I don't know why I'm just like not moving here on this window. I was probably like texting or something. Whoops. Anyways, I want to do a video comparing Sims 2, Sims 3, and Sims 4 University to see the differences in a couple different things, like the price differences or the difficulty or like the options or the benefits of them, like the start to finish process of University from all three games that offer it. And I think that would be fun. It would be a lot of work though, but that's okay. Definitely like want to explore, different, more in-depth kind of videos, because that's really what I want to make. And so I think that it would be, a good experiment. And since I have this idea, and it would just be, my research would be playing, through the different universities, and kind of showing that in some of the clips, and then explaining it, and maybe doing like a visual of like the breakdown of the pros and cons of each, or like the where each one ranks in these different categories that I'm going to sort of decide and pick. So that is, I think, what I'm going to be working on in the future, hopefully the near future, as a, nice solid YouTube video, because I want it to be, good, obviously. And so I think it'll take a little bit more work for it to be kind of what I'm imagining in my head. Not so much like I'm not there yet. I'm not doing Plumbo. I'm not doing Mike's Mike. But I do want to try my best at making a entertaining, long form, in-depth sort of deep dive on a very specific part of The Sims. So it would be the University expansion pack, because I feel like that one, the University pack, is kind of one of the only ones that is like one-to-one comparison across all three games. Like, you can't say like, there's the different like pets packs, but The Sims 4 has cats and dogs, and then also Horse Ranch, whereas The Sims 3 just has pets and horses are included in that. And then The Sims 4 or The Sims 2 doesn't even have horses. They have, but they do have a pets pack still. But it's not quite the same, and like there's like generations, but there's growing together. But then that's not really like an equivalent, because The Sims 4 also has parenthood, and it gets more complicated. But university is like cut and dry. This is it in one game, this is in the other game. It's a fairly simple concept that they did rather, differently across three different games. So yeah, I want to explore that a little bit. And I think it would be fun for me to kind of play through all the universities, because I was kind of really having a hard time playing The Sims 2 University. I streamed it a few days ago, and I'm going to keep streaming it. So Twitch plug time. Check out my Twitch channel. I think it's Fiona 2002, but the O is the 0 as in the number. So check me out. I'll also link it. It's linked on my page, and I will link it in the description, because I really can't think right now, and whatever. So here's me trying to make the upstairs kind of like floor plan. This is the one I end up sticking with. But I wasn't sure which room was going to be what, because I realized they were both fairly small rooms. And this is when I realized that the one that I was going to make the kids' room is actually bigger than the one, or no, sorry, yes, bigger than the one that I was going to make the master. And I was like, wait, I need to have a master bedroom. Like, the older person in the family needs to have the bigger bedroom. So I even added a little bit more to the room there. And this is me trying to figure out what window to put back here. Disclaimer about the windows in this build. I kind of threw the towel in towards the end, and let's just say from the inside, the windows are great and fine. But from the outside, it tells a different story. But listen, I noticed it and I was like, okay, but then I don't know. How much do I care? Does it look good? Is that all that matters? I don't know. Here's also me figuring out the counters. These are the new counters that came with the SDX drop. I was really excited to use them. I went with like a pale yellow. It's kind of giving like sad beige, the entire kitchen, and like dining room area when you see at the end of it. But I think, it's not like the worst. I definitely think this house doesn't have too much like character and stuff. That's why I'm kind of thinking it's like a starter-ish home. It's the place that you move in, maybe the first place you can find if you're trying to move out of town. And this is what, it is. And it's fair, kind of newly renovated, but there's not a lot of character to it quite yet. That's kind of where, eventually you add clutter and, hang things up on the walls more so. This is just kind of like not really like move-in ready, but I mean, I guess it is move-in ready. It just has furniture as well. But I also wanted to keep a smaller budget, and so I wanted to keep the clutter and stuff to a minimum as much as I could, and also because I, wanted it to be basic. And also there's not a lot of great clutter with the base game, and it is base game build. Here's me picking a rug for the little dining area. I love the lighting from that window. And again, we're doing the sad beige color scheme. Maybe it's not sad, maybe it's just simple, because I don't know, anything that was yellow was like too bright yellow in the base game. I mean that's a big issue that we all have with some of the base game swatches, is that it's either crazy bright insane, or just like they don't match. There's not a lot of matching stuff. And this is me figuring out the cabinets with like the corner wall that I tried, but I think they end up looking pretty good. And I like the little like swivel in the kitchen. I like the kitchen a lot, just from like a perspective of like hanging out in there. Like this is kind of the kitchen where you would be like underage drinking in like 2008. That's nothing I did. I was 6 in 2008, so that doesn't apply to me, but it might apply to some people. Just the marble countertops and like the white and like the basic. Speaking of basic and white, I do a little black and white bathroom. I end up giving it a pop of color. You'll see I add a little bit of blue, a touch of blue for the Teen Vogue party, as Selena Gomez once said. But I was really trying to figure out what plant to put in it, without looking stupid. I decided to put a fake laundry basket and a little bathrobe. And then this is when I was like, it needs a little more color because I just don't think like, I don't know. I just didn't see the vision with the black and white. So I ended up brightening it up a little bit with the light blue. I think it looks pretty cool, the black and white and the light blue. I like that all the light blue swatches match, and they also kind of match like with the living room, which was another sort of thing that I not really struggled with. I think the living area slash like, because it's a whole like open floor plan on the first floor with like, you see all this space right here. I didn't know where to put what and what to put because I was also still debating whether or not to make it a starter home or not. At this point, I think the moment I put that tub shower combo, I gave up on that dream. And the moment I pick a bigger TV. I end up picking the big one that stands on the table. That was also gave up on that dream. Didn't know where to put everything though, because I kind of had this weird sort of like jut out with the octagonal shape, and it wasn't, I don't know, just didn't feel like I could put anything there. It's like not like a living room set there. I do end up putting stuff there, you'll see, but as far as like this goes, I wanted to go for like a peachy-ish kind of living room, so like the peach and the blue. I thought that was a cute sort of color combination. I want it to be like all blue. I was starting to get too like matchy, so that's why I kind of go with the peach. The couch is from the new drop, I believe, and right, the fireplace is as well, if I'm correct about that. I think I am. Also, so is the flooring that I use in the kitchen and in the living room. But also that painting that I put on the wall is as well. But I ended up sort of making this like a, not really clutter area, but I wanted there to be stuff on top of it. And then the painting, or the like, I guess, photo set, like little gallery wall thing, I wanted to use, because it's pretty like basic and they sort of represent like some of the different worlds in the game. And that one was kind of like Willow Creeky. So I thought maybe like you could put this house in Willow Creek, or maybe you know, are living in Newcrest and the, you know, family that you're playing with, they used to live in Willow Creek or whatever it might be. Or it could be also be just a picture Newcrest, you know, whatever. I added a little easel for like some hobby, some skill building. And then you see we are going upstairs. I also did include the fake telephone on the fireplace. That is either from that's from the reward event. I think that's going on right now. We need to not judge what was going on in here with this bathroom. I just thought it was really cool because I like when I see the corner counters are like diagonal. I'm like, oh, that's sick. Not for this bathroom though. Not for the space we have, not for what we're given. I went with a pink and white theme because pink's my favorite color. And I struggled with the curtains. There's definitely not a lot of great ones in the base game, so I think it looks like I just didn't do curtains. So, but there's not like a shower in here or anything, so you know, just pretend that like the windows are like frosted or something. I don't know. Here's the thing about The Sims is that it doesn't matter too much. I decided to make that like a half bath, so no shower or bathtub, but you could totally fit a shower like where the mirror is, put a mirror on the wall, something like that. This right here is the master bedroom. I did use a bed from the artist career, I think, that you unlock at a certain point with the sunflower Van Gogh sort of painting on it, because I love that bed. And honestly, looking at the base game beds, I'm like, yeah, this is why I never build with just the base game. It's pretty hard. The best bed is locked behind a, you know, career, and that's no fun, but I used it. And, you know, obviously if you download it from the gallery, or if you do whatever the cheat is to unlock it, you can access it without having to do whatever in the career. And then I just put a little dresser and a little painting above it. And then I put a clock and a little, I guess, basket with some lotion in it. And then I try to find an artwork for this wall over here. I also went with another like yellowy kind of light beige kind of theme, but again, it's neutral. It could be a single mom, it could be a single dad, it could be a couple, it could be, you know, grandma, grandpa raising their grandkid, or literally whatever. I did put like furniture for infants, and this is when I am realizing that there is no like baby mat. That's only in Growing Together and then the storybook nursery kit. So I was like, oh my gosh, I guess I'll put this baby rug. I don't even know what you can do with it. I just know that they spawn there when they age up. I went with a little dinosaur theme. The carpet is also from the new XDX drop. So a little green, but some pops of color. I don't want to make it too grainy, so because there's like all different color dinosaurs on the wallpaper. So I did the orange plushie dinosaur, and I put a little mobile above the bed. Oh, and then my thing went offline for some reason, but that's not relevant. That's just what that pop-up was. I was gonna put a rug in the bedroom, and then I decided not to. I'm really proud of myself. I always put a rug in there, but there was not one that I cared about. Not one that I cared about to put in that bedroom. So good for me. And this is me trying to do terrain paint. I wasn't even sure if I should do terrain paint because, as we all know, famously still to this day, when you reload the lot, the terrain paint disappears almost every single time. But I ended up doing a brick to match with the darker color scheme I had going on for the accents, and then also for the foundation paint that I had was the brick pattern. And then also on the porch you can see the brick as well. I end up changing what brick it is, but it still ends up being brick. Here's me trying to do landscaping, which not my favorite part of a build. Certainly not. I probably could have utilized debug. I'm sure there's some base game debug stuff that might have worked pretty good here, but I just was not thinking at all. When am I ever? Clearly not. But I do think that this is like pretty fine and decent, landscaping. You can also see that the lot is way too big for what I ended up the house being. So shortly you will see me switching lots to a smaller lot to make it kind of work better. But I think as far as, this all goes, it was pretty good. I'm pretty much done with like the interior of the house. I think I do go back in and sort of tweak some things later on like that. Like, well, that's not really on the interior, but you see I'm missing some windows. Ignore the very back ignore the back side of the house without the windows. Listen, download it from the gallery and add windows there if you want, but it just didn't seem like I could fit any windows there, like there's the bathroom and there's the staircase and all that stuff. It just wasn't working out. I didn't try. You can clearly see I did not try to put any windows back there, but why would I do that? I did put in the front of the house, added some more like little things, obviously trash can, mailbox. I added a little like potted plant box, and then also a bike. This is me putting the house in from the gallery into a much smaller lot. So now it's still called Tranquil Crescent, but it's a 20 by 15 lot in Newcrest. I think the one on like the very edge of like the top neighborhood is what I built it on. I knew I wanted a cherry blossom tree on it. I just thought that would look so pretty. And I also ended up putting a little swimming pool in the back because I don't know, why not? I didn't know what to do with sort of the backyard area, so I thought let's put a little pool and make a little sort of, outdoor kind of space. And then I'm changing the brick, updating the brick, and sort of playing with the pool a little bit because now you can work on your athletic skill. You can drown your Sims if that is what you want. It wouldn't be a Sims build without a pool, at least in this day and age, and also the backyard is looking really empty. Oh my god, I'm done. Here are the screenshots. Enjoy. And you can find this on the gallery. I will put my gallery ID in the description. And yeah, hope to see you guys next time. Okay, bye.